Problem is, all my friends have caller ID.
Steven, mic check. Mic check.
Mic check, 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 check.
Tony?
Hello?
Move your mustache over a little bit. All right, welcome to the Snow West Show. We'll get this thing rolling. I've got to do my sponsor reads.
Okay.
So
You actually have sponsors?
I do.
No
Wait till you hear this.
Dollar Shave Club.
Dollar Shave Club for Men bringing you the Snow West Show. Also, Polaris Snowmobiles sponsoring the Snow West Show. That one is for real. Yeah, well, Polaris hat.
That should be enough to shut him up.
I don't know if any of you guys saw this, but Polaris just released their 70th anniversary RMK, 9R RMK, 155, 325. Blue like the 98 700.
It's a fine machine.
Like now I feel like we're getting into vintage that I can relate to, like 90s era stuff.
Yeah.
You don't want to date yourself.
I know, but I dye my hair, so.
Do you really?
I got tired of being like a total whitehead, silver fox flopping around.
Dad.
Then you
a
talk
dad.
to your wife.
I know. I figured I'd give it a shot because I'm gonna go to Heydays and I'm gonna talk about old snowmobiles, but I don't want to look that old.
Wait, is this still part of the ad?
Oh yeah, Polaris Snowmobiles. free 70th anniversary beanies available at your dealers. Go to your local Polaris Snowmobile dealer. Ask for the 70th anniversary limited edition beanie.
Yeah.
Ask about the limited edition snowmobiles. They dropped an RMK. They've got a Switchback and they've got an XCR.
XCR. That's
that
the one for the bump.
That's the Red Rocket one.
Rap.
Yeah, that is the cool sled. And they've got other incentives, offering up to $3,000 off select mountain sleds, 2023 models in dealerships starting in September. Also sponsoring the show, we have 320 Guest Ranch. 320 Ranch is up at, 320ranch.com. 320 Ranch is up in Big Sky, Montana.
Oh, cool.
North of West Yellowstone, south of Bozeman, Carrot Basin area. I don't know. Have you ridden that area?
No.
It's awesome. Nobody ever goes there.
They're gonna know.
They're good at, well, that's
Ruined.
the point. Isn't that the point of the ad, though?
Best riding area ever until the Snow West podcast comes out.
320ranch.com. And also joining the show this year, Fly Racing. Fly Racing is the #1 gear brand in Supercross and Motocross. And they are bringing the same product innovation to snowmobiling, whether it's monosuits, helmets, gloves, boots, goggles. Fly Racing has you covered from head to toe. Check them out at flyracing.com or on social media at Fly Racing Snow. All right, so back to you guys. Like I said, I wanted to get the two of you on. Some years that's just not going to happen.
No.
We're kind of enemies.
We say I gotta go on breaks.
You've caught us on a good friend time.
I did. I caught you on a good year. I mean, I follow you both on the social, so
frenemies.
I see that you all are hanging out. Like you were at Tony's house the other day on one of Carl's motorcycles.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought, how cool would it be to get one of Idaho's best hard enduro dirt bikers?
We're going Tuesday. Would you like to come?
In the state, like one of the best up and coming hard enduro guys in the state, and Tony on the show at the same time.
His head is already this big.
Oh, dude, my hard enduro career is taken off.
Do you have some of that anti-Polaris static so his head doesn't explode?
We're taking off. Dude, he's just always lifting off. See these Ski-Doo guys, like when recalls come out, they're all chipping, and then Sunday afternoon at Jackson, nothing. It's like dead silence over there. Team Yellow is just like, nope, we're just going to go home.
We care about our customers and the product we deliver.
Not about racing, apparently.
Who cares about racing?
Okay, enough of that. That's going to get us in trouble. X that part out.
Yeah, we'll go in and clean that up a little bit later.
No, we won't.
We'll do some voiceover dub work. And
we're raw dogging this one.
Mention some other stuff. Oh. So I want to hear about the hard enduro stuff that's going on this summer.
So, that's some of our passion on our off time of the winter, because by the time March comes along, we're kind of burned out of snowmobiles. But, me and Steven have always rode hard enduro together, and I got Steven signed up for a race called Silver Kings up in North Idaho, and he was like jet focused. He's like, I gotta do this.
Well, I had a bit of an axe to grind with the 509 kids, because they're like all yipping off up there, like, oh, you guys don't ride hard stuff.
They stole one of your guys.
And I'm like, yeah, watch this. So we went to town.
We put some hours in.
Good. I smoked down Tristan.
He smoked him down one day, and then he completely threw it away the next.
Did I still beat him once?
You missed a turn.
Here's the thing with hard enduro. Like, so we've ridden enduro for a number of years, and I feel like we were relatively good at it. Coming into this year, we go up, like day one, go up to Pipestone with Keith. It is mind-blowing. Like, Keith's a really good snowmobiler. He's an incredible dirt bike rider.
Yeah, he's equally as good on a dirt bike.
Oh, but I think he's better. Maybe it's just because I've not seen as many other good dirt bikers. He'll drive up to a rock the size of this Easy Up, balance, pin it, dump the clutch just right over the top of it. Like, there's the terrain, you couldn't even hike through it.
It's pretty incredible.
It's like
he's an athlete.
Another level. So that was like a bike I got opener. Like, oh boy, we're doing this. So then we had to get the tires, and we start drilling holes in the tires, and like it's a whole new thing.
Don't tell them our secret.
Yeah, there's a lot of secrets.
We got a lot of secrets.
That's funny because like McClure hasn't quite figured it out. Yeah, he's still doing it the way we used to do it.
Yeah, he's riding a beta. You can't win on a beta.
He's got like M5Bs and a beta. He's got air in his tires, which he sometimes doesn't fill. Like,
well, he texted 2 weeks ago about how to put.
Oh, he's figuring it. That's because I went riding with him. I was like, I was babbling with McClure.
Like,
it was so good.
We're like, oh, you can.
It was the best ride. I was like going up to him, banging bars, and that just fired him up.
The best part, the first ride, we had our Wednesday night ride with McClure. He shows up with a bike without coolant, and he's just fueled mad because we're already ahead of him riding through this nasty creek.
It's an amateur program he's running.
And I'm like, Dave, your bike sounds weird. He's like, yeah, it's running really hot. Like the fan hasn't shut off. And I'm like, well, you got any coolant in there?
Nothing.
Yeah. Well, let's pop the cap. Bone dry. He drained 2 of our bladders to fill it up to find out his coolant hose wasn't even hooked to the engine.
Between Nethercott's smoke from his cigarettes and Dave's coolant from his bike, it's just like a plume of like smoke going into there. Like, what kind of program are you guys running here?
It's just the McClure vibe, though. But I don't know. He texted a different group 2 weeks ago, or maybe last week. It was like, hey, what's the best way to put a boob miss in?
Yeah.
A bib miss in.
Boob miss?
Boob miss.
Wait, tell me about boob moose, too.
Boob miss is a different story. Asking how to put the bib mooses in, and everybody said, ask Steven. So I don't know if your phone blew up after that.
I ain't telling him nothing.
He said he would, Steven will put these on for you. He loves doing it.
No, actually, I ran into Nethercott today, and I was like, hey, man, because he got a new bike. He got a Husky, and he's like, yeah, I want to run. Like, can you help me with the tire setup? I'm like, oh, I got you, bud. You just can't tell McClure. He's like, perfect.
It's a big, big deal. Like, it's like a game changer. It's a whole new sport. Once you have traction like that, it's really, really cool. And, like, the thing about hard enduro, which is cool, like, these guys are, like, athletes. Like, no disrespect to snowmobilers, but, like, even Keith said it the first day. He's like, snowmobiling is really not that hard. It's like, doesn't take that much talent. He's like, this is like the real deal. Like, you have a clutch, a rear brake, you got to balance. Like, if you fall, it really hurts.
You got to be in good shape.
Yeah, and these guys that are racing, like, it's not like go have a good time and have beers at the campfire. It's like, ride all day, protein shake, go on a second ride. Next day, a little bicycle ride, warm up, go out doing laps.
Yeah.
Like, that was cool. That was really fun to like learn it. So yeah, it was a good time.
So you're going to keep this rolling, like Tennessee Knockout next year?
I need more budget. We need sponsors. We're keeping it localized.
Silver Kings is cool because it's like mountains, and it's cool it's like a snowmobiler. It's hard enduro. Yeah. It was so cool. Like, I raced 2 days, which was really cool. Like, as an amateur rider to go there and like be competitive in your classes, race 2 days, have a good time, and then the last day, like, watch like the best riders in the world. And then there was a bunch of like rimshaw guys, and it was so funny. I was taking pictures, and like all the moto guys, they just follow each other like little ants. The snowmobilers, like, they're used to like taking their own line. They're like, Toby's side-hilling over here, Sam's going that way, Keith's going this way. I'm like, that a boy. Like, and those guys are like, they're legitimately holding their own against guys that like ride dirt bikes for a living. It's pretty impressive.
Well, that's the cool part about it is you see Keith, and Keith's an animal on a sled, whether it's on a race course or just backcountry riding, and then you get him on a bike, and like we did a loop over at Ledor, and we didn't mean to meet Keith, but we ran into Keith, and Keith did like from the bottom of Devil's Basin to the top. He did that 3 times before we were up it.
Yeah. That's his thing. When you're struggling, he just goes up and down.
Yeah.
It really makes you furious.
But then he leaves that group and he goes into the hard enduro professionals that you're talking about, Cody Webb and all that.
I don't think that people, and I don't know this for sure, I think Keith puts in like exponentially more work than a lot of people.
Yeah, that's kind of his MO.
Like, I don't think, like,
it
people
look
say, they're
easy,
like,
but
oh,
it's
he's
not.
talented. Like, he ain't talented. Talented got him started.
He still can't.
You know what I mean?
He can't catch a ball for the life of him.
I'm not saying he's not talented, but, like, talented got him through, like, the first season.
Should we go over to Arctic Cat's football throwing thing and get all the pro
Yeah,
athletes?
Keith ain't
Just
gonna
video
throw a
all
football.
this.
You don't get that good being talented. You get that good working hard.
Yeah, well, working hard, eating clean.
He's earned everything he's got.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for Keith.
Yeah. Oh, man. Well, so I want to hear like some of the best Heyday stories. You guys have both been coming here for decades.
Probably should skip this one.
Gee,
I haven't even introduced you guys.
Well, you got Tony Jenkins here,
Yeah.
Stephen W. Clark here,
Stephen W. Clark Photography.
photography, yep.
So
videography.
you've worked with 509. You've worked with Climb.
He makes a lot of reels now.
Bully Dog.
I hate reels. Oh, my gosh.
He's really good at making reels. So if you need a reel done,
Jeez, we used to
pay-
make
you pay-
DVDs. Now we got to make a reel every day. Every single day.
You got to make the old school DVD. Like,
That's the, oh,
5
yeah,
times
we
a
used to
month.
do that. That was like a thing.
yeah.
No, we've done this a long time. It's been cool.
Alticity. Man, what-
Oh, that was kind of the start. Bully Dog was the very start, and then got in with like Josh and Brad, and
Alticity
doing
was
this.
kind of an era.
20 years or so.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So
Now, if you see a photo with the snowmobile in it, Stephen probably took it. If it wasn't Stephen, it was Todd.
yeah, no.
yeah, but Stephen's got better photos.
Hey, Toby, sorry about your Toby Shepard. I borrowed his bike. The bike's in good
The
hands.
bike's right here.
It's not going anywhere.
I tell you what, I've like learned a lot of things about Heyday. So coming here for 20 years, a couple of like pro tips. I've learned you rent a van and from Enterprise, and you just come and park it in the swap meet. You sleep in the van. So you don't have to drive, you don't have to like get a ride, you don't have to park. And then you pay $10. This guy's got a semi, and you go shower in his semi. So that's like sick. And then the other thing is these e-bikes. Like Toby let me ride his e-bike. You can cover some ground on an e-bike.
yeah.
A little
You
bit,
got to do the e-bike or the one wheel.
yeah.
One wheels are too dangerous.
A little frowned upon. I almost hit a little kid earlier. Like it gets crazy going through the crowds. You're weaving, but
That's the dirtbag way to do it. Us team ski.
Yeah. How does the high class?
We get an Airbnb on the lake, and we have food and go out for nice dinners, and that's perfect.
What did you have last night? Because we wound up at the same restaurant. Just total fluke.
Dude, I love cheeseburgers.
Oh man, you missed out.
I went for a cheeseburger, but I got like 4 different hors d'oeuvres, appies.
That filet Oscar at that place on the golf course last
Damn.
night.
This is a
That's
nice
what you need to
restaurant.
try. That.
I got a
always-
cheeseburger off of Rick's Grill.
I always
that
get
ain't-
walleye.
that
Walleye is my
comparable.
favorite thing in
Dude,
Minnesota.
I don't know what. Like, so here's the thing with
Walleye's
Minnesota.
so good.
I come to Minnesota at the worst time of the year. I always come here in the winter, and it's like, have you been here in the winter?
I have, yeah.
It is undescribably cold.
I would avoid it at all costs.
Well, that is hard when it's like my biggest paying job. They shoot it here. We came here once. I'm not joking. It was negative 40. We shot for a week.
I came out and rode. I think maybe you were there. We rode Yamahas in Wisconsin with Rob Powers,
Okay.
and it was 35 below.
Yeah. It's
It hurt.
my camera. The screen was like freezing up. It would like get all wobbly and slow. It was like looked like it was slow motion. We were shooting it in real time.
Yeah.
And then all the guys on the crew, they start like doing the math. Like, how much are we making for this? Like,
Why did I sign?
yeah, what are we doing? And the lakes, oh my gosh. I think Minnesota would be cool in the summer, like the whole going to the lakes and the boats and stuff.
That would be.
Babes and things, that'd be cool. But this old snowmobiling back here, doing like 300 miles in a day.
No, I think Levi's got it figured out. The summer scene here is pretty hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just get you a little place on the lake, but no, I came out to Wisconsin in sled neck gear.
Oh, jeez.
Did you
That,
die?
that was my warm stuff. Yeah, it was brutal. I had duct tape everywhere by the end of that ride.
Yeah.
There's a reason they don't make gear anymore.
Yeah, it was pretty.
There's nothing to keep you warm though. We've tried everything. It's tough.
So what's the most impressive life-saving effort story you've heard come out of Heydays?
Life-saving.
Life saving.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty in depth.
I wasn't here the year that Jay jumped off the trailer at the Fox party,
Oh,
but somebody,
that was-
That
was a
good
while
one.
ago.
somebody apparently saved his life because he's still around.
That was a wild one.
Yeah.
No, there was something with a park bench and a
Yeah, a
cyclist.
few years ago,
Oh.
I met up with the 651 boys and ended on a park bench.
So Tony has
there's a lot of story in between the front and the end of that sentence.
So Tony has all these commitments. You're supposed to come here for breakfast, and you got to go over there and sign posters at this and do this. Tony rolls in at like 2 in the afternoon.
No, it was 9:30.
And everybody is furious, me included. Like, where were you? He comes in with this story like, I just saved a guy's life. And we're like, are you sure? He's like, yep, this cyclist, he died in my arms. I was holding his brains together and they were falling out of his head. And he was like, serious? And we're like, this is literally the only thing that could get you out of this situation.
And it was true because Ross was with you. Like,
no,
or who?
Cody Dean.
Cody Dean was with you.
You told us the guy died, and somebody yesterday's like, no, I like email him all the time. I was just texting him yesterday.
Well, he was on life support for sure. He was not in good shape, poor feller.
Had the guy not died in your arms, would you have made it to your commitments? Or
I would have been
else?
on time for sure. I would have been on time. I wouldn't have been freshly showered, but would have been on time.
You know when he's not telling the truth is when his lips are moving.
Yep. When that little mustache.
The little mustache starts flickering.
Where's your mustache? You got scared?
I shaved. I couldn't handle it.
Couldn't handle it though. You got to embrace it.
So we rolling this whole hard enduro program into winter?
Yeah, we kind of separate in the wintertime because he's too cool for me and he's too busy working.
You're busy working in the winter.
Yeah, we kind of just split directions and send emails back and forth once in a while. How's it going?
I don't know. Like I've never I get really into dirt biking. Like I'm kind of like focus, and I like that was the thing dirt biking this year. I just didn't just go ride. You don't get good at dirt biking riding. It sounds dumb. Like you get good at dirt biking by doing drills.
Yeah, by not riding, just by messing around.
Yeah, you go out and you go do wheelies, and the next day you go out and jump over curbs, and the next day you go work on your braking. Like that's how you get good. So I took that approach.
Or you rip your rear brake off.
Yeah. But I've never done that snowmobiling. Like I'm I don't know if I don't care enough, but I don't know.
But where would you? Is that as a professional rider down there at the end of the table? Is that what you need to do to get better?
Honestly, you need to ride with people that are better than you, and then if you're on a ride where you're better than everybody else, it's fun. But to be able to grow and improve, you got to go ride with guys that are that are going to push your limits too, because you end up pushing each other, and that's what you start taking more risk.
I think that too. There's in snowmobiling average snowmobilers, they don't understand. You're only going to get so good at snowmobiling being a weekend snowmobiler. Mm-hmm. If you ride on the weekends, you could be good and better than your buddies, but you're only going to get so good. When you ride a snowmobile 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week, you naturally just get so much better. It's like a different class.
Right.
So you hear people they're like, oh, I'm a good snowmobiler. And it's like, I'm a terrible snowmobiler, but I ride 5 days a week and I'm still going to smoke you down.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, there's so much truth to that, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, seat time definitely helps. It makes you a better rider. But when you get to a level for me or, anybody else, but it's just, you gotta push those limits. Especially when I go up in Canada and ride with Kuster and Alfred, it's like, whoa, that was fun. That opened my horizon even more. And
I think the terrain too, there's a lot of being a good rider in your own terrain. I feel like I'm a pretty good rider at home because I know where the creeks are, I know how the trees are. If the trees are getting wider, I know what's going to happen. You go to Canada and all bets are off because everything that is now different.
Yeah.
And it's hard to be a good rider in other terrain. We went to Alaska a few years ago and I was totally out of my element because it's just a whole different deal.
I just felt like when I've been to Sycamoose once and ridden up there with Kuster, and I felt like the thing that was different about that is you leave Sycamoose at the river and you go all the way to the top of the mountain. And then if you start turning and come back downhill, you have to go all the way back down to Sycamoose to find flat ground, turn around on, and then go back up to the top.
Yeah, the valleys are so deep.
Yeah, there's no
and you can run out of snow. And a lot of the spots you cliff out.
Have you ridden in Alaska?
Never.
Alaska's crazy. There's no trails. It's swamps and rivers. You're just driving across rivers and swamps. And then it's like our mountains are foothills. You can pretty much ride anywhere on them. They're covered in trees and you're going up and down. They skip that whole thing. They go from swamps to alpine. And it's vertical. And it's so hard to access the alpine. Turnagain's this huge zone. There's one way in. because there's like no way to get through the cliffs. It's like really weird and like tough riding because there's so many cliffs and it's so steep.
Yeah, we're pretty spoiled with all the trail access and parking lots that we have.
And our terrain's almost all rideable.
For the most part.
Like you could ride from Swan Valley to Driggs and back another one. You can pretty much ride through everything.
We're working our way up here to a plug for the old rental, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we got to put that in there.
Yeah, throw that in while we're at it.
Yeah, we got to get.
I don't know. Do you pay for ad space with Snow West?
Yeah.
Maybe we should do some photo trips.
We'll work
We got a
something.
deal.
We'll
Yeah,
work
do
something.
some photo trips.
No, we got to get people to come stay at my place.
Driggs, Idaho.
Driggs,
You
Idaho.
with the Tetons.
Yeah, I spent my life like
There's no
renting
Tetons at his place.
Airbnbs.
Around there.
Like snowmobiling out of Airbnbs doesn't work very well. There's never parking. You can't nowhere to put your sled. You can't dry your gear up.
Oh, God. We got to listen to this thing.
So then I'm like, this sucks. I'm like, let's build like the ultimate place to go snowmobiling.
yeah,
Big shop.
That's Carl Kuster Mountain Park. Have you been there?
But well, it's like my place is like Carl Kuster's without Carl, and you bring your own snowmobile. There's still a hot tub
in America.
and it's in America. It's actually
a cracked hot tub.
it's pretty different. We got a new hot tub. New hot tub this winter, guys. Don't worry. No, that's pretty sweet. It's like, and you can ride out of there sometimes, so that makes your days like super nice. Get up, sit in the hot tub, have breakfast, go ride, come back.
No, it's a cool location.
Yeah.
Are you cooking?
You don't
it's
want his
like-
cooking.
You're not even there.
No, we're not there. Like you take it, and you guys behave yourself. Don't break anything.
And don't turn the heat up past 50.
The heating bill is.
Oh boy, one of those guys.
We don't like the heating bill.
He actually has it on his phone so he can turn it off.
Well, he's
Because
got.
they'll crank it up in the morning
Oh
and
yeah,
then leave, right?
95. Leave the door open. Like, come on, guys, we're going broke over here buying propane. So, no, that's a good spot. It's been good for us. The snowmobilers love it. We got pretty good clients.
I've
coming in.
actually had a couple of groups of friends go through there, and they said it was a good spot.
Yeah. All right. Well, we gotta break and go to dinner here in a little bit. So
Yeah, where are
We
you
got
going for dinner?
We got some parties tonight.
yeah, we got parties tonight.
There are
Fox
lots of
parties coming
VIP
back.
things here. It's so weird. Heydays is kind of like, Fox kind of sets the trend, seems like, and then it's like, oh, Boondock Nation here.
It's sweet.
This company over here, Backwoods over here.
I'm so cheap. Like, and then you can go through an entire weekend without paying for a thing. The only money that's coming out of my wallet is if I find a cool motorcycle in the swap meet. Like,
How's
you can
that
get
going for you?
free lunch, free dinner, beers here, drinks over there. Like, it's a pretty. If you once you work the
Oh,
system,
speaking of motorcycles, so Carl Kuster shows up. He's on like a month and a half vacation, a motorhome and dirt bikes, and he pulls into the driveway with a broken motorhome. And we're unloading the trailer, and he's got this 1975 Suzuki 500 two-stroke road bike. I never even knew this
so
existed.
cool.
It sounds like I don't even know, like a XLT. You're like starting that thing and ride it down the road, and you're like, what, a snowmobile?
That's awesome. Carl's got so many cool motorcycles.
Yeah, you were talking about that.
Yeah. We love
You could start a
Carl.
museum up there.
He has like 2 sea cans chock full of motorcycles clear from the 60s.
Like, tell
on.
the viewers what a sea can is.
Yeah, Tony, you're not Canadian.
Connex, not Connex box, sorry.
Yeah.
Shipping box.
containers.
Whatever you call them.
Yeah. No, busy night tonight. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get some free food. It's been kind of slim pickings here for free food.
Yeah. No, Heydays is awesome. It's such a good time and come and see all your buddies again.
It really is. Like this show is become something over the years. Like I don't even know what the population of people here are. I bet you it's in the 30,000-40,000 range.
Mm-hmm.
But it's incredible how many people are here, and it's diehards. And it's not just this local area. It's people driving out west to come to Heydays from the East Coast coming to Heydays.
There's people in Idaho Falls that I haven't seen since last year at Heydays that I only see at Heydays, like this guy.
Yeah, and that's a 20-hour
Well, we
drive.
asked you to go dirt biking, you and Team Maybe.
Yeah, Team Maybe.
I don't
Rhett
do the
Clark-
maybe anymore. Though.
Rhett Clark.
I'm just not.
We're
Call
calling
you
out
out.
Rhett and Justin. That group
Yeah.
text a joke. You want to
Yeah,
go ride?
but-
Maybe. What do you mean
Maybe.
maybe? Maybe I'll have a baseball game. I don't know much about baseball. They don't plan a game less
You
than
guys
24
wait
hours
till
in
your
advance.
kids are like this tall and
I'll be-
sports.
I'll
and
be
they're
team
playing
no.
teams.
You want to go
no.
riding, Steven? Nope, not coming.
I see.
Maybe.
I either tell
Maybe.
you no or I don't
Yeah,
answer.
That's it. We got a
Maybe
one.
you should make a Snow S shirt that says maybe.
Team maybe.
Yeah, those guys are so bad. Maybe I'll go. Let me check. Oh, not gonna happen.
No. And see, Rhett's just flat out doesn't even answer anymore, does he? Or
No,
does
he
still-
says maybe. He's
does
the
he
worst.
still try to maybe?
Oh yeah, he's a big maybe guy.
But we're going Tuesday. We're taking Kuster and
All right.
his family out.
Where
Yeah,
at?
it's gonna be
Where are you going to go?
We haven't got the details yet, but it's Tuesday.
I'm sure it's gonna be a disaster.
Sounds like a lot of people are coming.
Start on Tuesday and then Wednesday.
Probably.
So we kind of.
The reason I get along pretty well with
Yeah,
Tony,
there's Jason Nethercott.
I called Tony.
Jason!
He's getting thinned out. He's lost like 40
He
pounds.
is looking
look
good.
at that guy.
He's going to be on the hard enduro program.
Dude, we got to watch out. We like smoking.
Hey, we need to get you some boob misses.
Poop mooses.
We're going to get you some boob misses.
That's what he called them. Bib mooses.
Bib mooses.
He did earlier on the podcast.
Boob misses. That's the new name.
Wait
boob
till
misses.
Candace hears this one, Ryan.
That's all right.
Yeah, I just gotta find the right ones to fit my tire, apparently.
This guy will put it on for free.
Yeah,
Rim locks.
Jason, we'll give you all the secrets, but you can't tell McClure shit. You got to give McClure the opposite.
He'll still be running air in his tires.
And no coolant.
He'll still be running fix the flat in his tire.
Yeah.
Hey, does anybody have a tube?
Yeah, about tubes, Steven.
Have you heard the Tony Tube story?
No. What's the Tony Tube story?
Well, we decided to do this
Grab a chair,
adventure
Jason.
ride. Tour of Idaho, and it's like 1,900 miles from Utah to British Columbia.
Oh, yeah.
Single track.
You guys did
This was
that
back in 2018.
when you were friends for a while and then you weren't.
We had to take a break. So the deal was I was filming it, so I had like camera stuff and drones. So I like didn't take a tube or tools. Deal was Tony was taking the tube. I get a flat. So I'm like, hey, Tony.
On like day 7.
Yeah, like we're smoked. Not in the mood for any nonsense. I'm like, Tony, I need the tube. He's like, I don't think I can give you the tube. Like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you mean you don't give me the tube? He's like, no, I might need it. I'm like, well, if you need it, we'll find you another one. You don't need it right now, so give me the tube. And he's like, no.
Made him patch the.
So this guy's walking by, and I'm like, furious. And he's like, I'll help you patch it. So he helps me patch it. Still no tube.
Hey, every stop, Steven's over there with a hand pump trying to pump up his tire.
Like, unbelievable.
Why though, Tony?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I had to carry his weight for the last 7 days.
Like, he didn't need a tube. He's like, I might need it. Well, you don't need it right now. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
We were not talking for like the rest of the trip.
We had to take a break from him after that. He's actually doing better. Like, he gets along. I think I understand him a little bit better, too.
It was one of the early divorces back then. Like, that was...
Yeah.
You two split up and take a little break, and then...
It was like a month break.
The thing is fun with Tony. Like, I called him the other day. I'm like, let's go ride Ledor. He's like, okay. I'm like, we're going to take tons of fuel. We're going to ride everything. He's like, okay. Like, there's not many people who sign up for that kind of nonsense. And then he makes it even longer. And then we run out of fuel.
I lost a fuel canister, a liter of fuel.
Even if you'd had the fuel canister, we still would have ran out.
We're like we had to get the calculator out. We're in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, dude, we have 30 miles back to the truck. Like, there's no way we're
A new bike, best case, will get 40 miles to a tank.
No, 50.
We did like 85.
To a tank? Or with packing fuel?
We had to pack fuel and borrow from some
I had
random
to borrow
guy at a
fuel
camp.
from some random dude. He was super nice.
And another guy gave you fuel on the mountain.
Yep.
We had not even close to enough fuel to make it.
Where'd you lose fuel?
It's on a trail somewhere. It fell out of my backpack. Really nice MSR canister.
We go back
sounds
and
about
find
right.
it.
It's on that trail.
Let's go there on Tuesday.
That's a long drive.
There you go. Is Shelly going with you?
Yeah, and Carver.
No?
We got to take him somewhere cool. We
I'm
can't go
thinking
into
like Wyoming would be fun to show them that zone because it closes soon.
yeah. And we're gonna build a base camp there one day.
Yeah, you got to get through the HOA.
A lot of legal troubles these days.
If you need legal advice on HOAs,
I've got a real.
Building in Teton Valley is probably not the brightest place to start.
I got a real
with
good
legal
attorney now. I never thought I'd get to that point, but now we've got an attorney on speed dial. Hey, Forrest, deal with this. Okay, writes a nasty letter, $2,000. Okay, thanks, Forrest.
$2,000 here.
It's like a thing. And these letters are gnarly. Like, you do not want to be on the receiving end of one of those. I'm like, hey, that's a little aggressive, man. He's like, nope, that's how it goes. Like,
Here's a stop order. You can't operate here anymore.
Yeah.
Send one of those to Tony next time.
Yeah, I should for a tube.
Yeah. There you
Well,
go.
you read bib mooses.
Well, this has been fun.
This has been fun. Let's make this a regular thing. We could do that. We could do this in Idaho. We all live within 4
So are you
miles
a
of each
maybe
other.
Tuesday, or are you going?
Maybe.
Oh, gosh.
I'll let you know.
Here we go.
Maybe.
Fine.
Well, thanks for having us, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks. This has
Maybe
been fun.
we'll come back to this.
Okay, maybe we will. Maybe we'll do this soon.
Maybe.
All right, Tony Jenkins, Stephen Clark. Thanks for coming
Thank
on the
you.
show.
See ya.
See ya.
Hey, let's do a selfie.
That better?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Oh boy, I have waited years for this one.
Why would you avoid this? Let's hear the reasonings.
Yeah.
Why have I avoided it?
You're gonna gain
I'm not a-
followers from these two.
How many
I am.
of these have you done today?
Now, what-
Today, this will be the 4th or 5th.
So are we like fifth
No, like
on your
overall.
list?
Overall.
Well, he said today.
Oh,
I want to know overall.
I've never been on this before. Have you?
Yeah, this is like my 3rd time.
Jeez.
Yeah, Tony's a regular.
All I know is I'm spending all my appearance money in the swap meet.
$5?
About that.
Are you like my clients where it's like net 90?
Yeah.
We'll start at net 90. We might bump you to 180 days.
We'll hit a 180.
And then
real
if
quick.
that
Don't worry
doesn't
about
work,
that.
we'll probably send you a jacket and some goggles.
That's our program. So you're familiar with how that
Oh, yeah, this is-
Okay.
I've been in this industry a long
You
time.
get to pick a T-shirt.
Got a lot of goggles. No,
Uh,
not many mortgage payments, but a lot of goggles.
The best payment.